30,000 miles. That's a lot of trailers, a lot of dirt, and a lot of work for this 2023 Silverado 2500 HD. But today, we're doing more than just a 30,000 mile check-in. This is a result of 5 years and over 60,000 total miles I've spent living with this 6.6 liter gas platform. I've done the services. I know exactly where these trucks shine and where they start to show their age. 30,000 miles of me getting in and out, and honestly, the interior is holding its own. The seats haven't lost their support and no issues with the outlets or infotainment center, which is always a major concern to everyone in the Las Vegas heat. The dashboard hasn't shown a single sign of warping or UV damage, and even the high-touch areas on the steering wheel and door panels aren't fading. It's clear that the long-term durability inside matches the workhorse reputation this platform has earned. Even the heavy use areas like the armrest and consoles are holding up great. But as good as it's holding up inside, a truck is ultimately judged by how it handles the elements. Moving to the exterior, I wanted to see if the fit and finish outside stayed as solid as the interior did. It's not just the miles, it's the elements. This truck has lived through 3 brutal, high heat summers, and honestly, the paint and trim are exceeding my expectations. Usually by year 3, you'd expect to see some fading on the black plastics or the weather stripping starting to dry out. But everything is still deep black and supple. The clear coat is holding the factory shine, proving that GM's current paint process can actually handle the UV soak without breaking a sweat. And while we're talking about the exterior, I have to give a shout out to those factory bed rail covers that come standard on the custom trim. Honestly, it's a good thing they're there because they have taken an absolute beating over the last 3 summers. They've protected the actual metal from serious gouges. They might show a few scuffs, but the fact that they aren't cracking or turning gray after the heat is a win in my book. While we're down here, I have to mention those factory wheels. They are honestly one of my favorite things about this truck. Usually on a custom or mid-tier trim, you'd expect basic steelies or cheap looking alloys. But these machined 20 inches really set the truck off. After 30,000 miles and 3 summers of road grime and brake dust, the finish is still crystal clear. No pitting, no clear coat peeling. They still look as sharp as the day I drove it off the lot. Lastly, let's look at the rubber. These factory Goodyear tires have 30,000 miles on them, and they've seen a lot of air down time on sharp dirt roads. You can see some of the chunking and minor cracking starting to show on the tread blocks. That's a result of using a heavy-duty truck in the dirt. But honestly, for 30,000 miles of that kind of abuse, they still have plenty of life left. They've stayed surprisingly quiet on the highway. I'm impressed they've held up this well, given the terrain I've thrown at them. Alright, let's talk numbers. This custom trim has a payload capacity of 3,631 pounds. On paper, that sounds like plenty. But once you add a family, a full tank of gas, trailer tongue weight, and gear in the bed, it disappears fast. I've lived right at that limit several times, and this is where the 2500 really separates itself from a half-ton. Even close to max capacity, the rear end stays composed. No excessive sagging or floating steering feeling that makes you white knuckle on the highway. When it comes to towing, I've pulled trailers up to 9,000 pounds with this 6.6 gas engine and the 6-speed transmission. A lot of people ask if the 6-speed sucks for miles per gallon or towing compared to the newer 10-speeds. In my experience, it's been a workhorse. It doesn't hunt for gears constantly on hills, and while the miles per gallon isn't going to win any awards, the predictability of this drivetrain when there's a trailer behind you is worth the trade-off. Now we have to talk about the elephant in the room, miles per gallon. Look, if you're buying a 2500 with a 6.6 gas engine, you aren't doing it to save money at the pump. Over these 30,000 miles, I've averaged exactly 12.2 miles per gallon for the life of the truck. Once you hook up a trailer, that drops down to about 9 miles per gallon. It's thirsty. But here's the trade-off. I'm not paying that $10,000 diesel premium, I'm not buying DEF, and I'm not worried about the complex emission systems. For the work I do, I'll take the slightly higher fuel bill in exchange for the simplicity and reliability of this platform. So after 30,000 miles on this 2023 and 60,000 total on the platform, what's the real cost of ownership? I've done most of the oil changes myself, right here in the garage. And I did the transfer case fluid recently, just as a preventative measure. But honestly, outside of those basics, the truck hasn't needed a single thing. No check engine lights, no weird electrical gremlins, and since it's the gas engine, no fuel filters or DEF to worry about. For a truck that works this hard, having it be this boring to maintain is exactly what I'm looking for. If you're cross-shopping this with a diesel or a half-ton, it really comes down to how you work. For me, the 6.6 gas is the sweet spot for a do-it-all workhorse. It's simple, it's stout, and it doesn't care about hot summers or heavy trailers. At 30,000 miles, this truck isn't just holding up, it's just getting started. So that's the reality of 30,000 miles with this 6.6 gas. It's thirsty at 12.2 miles per gallon, and it's definitely not a diesel. But it's been the most reliable workhorse I could have asked for. But I want to hear from you, especially the guys running the newer 10 speeds or the guys who stuck with the 6 speeds like me. Does the extra miles per gallon of a newer truck outweigh the simplicity of this setup for you? Or are you like me and happy to pay a little bit more at the pump for that boring reliability? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. Thanks for rolling with me on this one, and Dave out.